Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at Stellar Lumens XLM. Right now we do see a 9.49% increase in just the last 24 hours for Stellar Lumens. It's looking very, very good. We've talked about Stellar Lumens a lot in the past, so if you guys want to stay up to date with XLM, as well as so many other altcoins across the channel, whether it's Cardano, Polkadot, Chainlink, we talk about it all here on the channel, so make sure to quickly subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video. I do want to talk a little bit more about the last week and month as well. So a 27.17% increase in just the last week. Stellar has been doing very, very well in this last week and this last month as well, with a 63% increase in the last month. Stellar Lumens now, like I said, up to 39 cents. The market cap is continuing to grow, now at $9.3 billion, and the volume in the last 24 hours now at $1.7 billion. So there's a lot to talk about regarding Stellar Lumens. We're going to jump into some of the news, talk about some of the updates, and then we're going to jump into price predictions for the end of the year and the end of the bull market part 2. So let's jump straight away to the actual crypto market as a whole. Right now we do see Bitcoin above 46,500, which is definitely still a solid number. However, we are starting to see the market actually end up in a small decrease in the last 24 hours. I do think, we could see a lot of volatility in just this really next 24 hours alone, as the weekend can always get a little bit tricky when it comes to cryptocurrency. We don't know exactly, how it's going to react. Sunday always seems to be a crazy day as well. So we'll see what takes place for the rest of the day, but there's going to be a lot of activity in my opinion, and I think we could see some, definitely, like I said, volatility. I want to take a look, a little bit closer into Stellar's most recent tweet, or one of their most recent tweets. This is actually August 10th. Definitely a big deal. It talks about, in partnership with SDF, leading cryptocurrency exchange platform Bitso will begin integrating Stellar USDC for its customers, providing over 2 million users with efficient USMXN payment rail, lower costs, and faster transactions. So here we can see Bitso. If you guys didn't know, Bitso, obviously, like they say here, a leading cryptocurrency exchange platform. We've seen SDF in partnership, before, and we've seen really Stellar and how they've reacted with some of these partnerships, how this coin has continued to grow and adapt with really utility continuing to grow on this platform. It's just, substantial to me that I do believe we are going to see a great future in Stellar. I want to talk a little bit more about this tweet as well. This one talks about Stellar Community Fund winner Task Dodio works with Warmheart.org to scale carbon offsets in Thailand by issuing a unique asset on Stellar. So scaling carbon offset assets on a Stellar blockchain with Warmheart.org, offering a watertight, decentralized approach to impact investors with high levels of trust. I think this is going to continue to show that, there's so many different projects continuing to grow on Stellar. We're going to go over their ecosystem here in a second as well. I do want to take a look, as this is going to continue to show the rethinking and relaunching of the demo wallet. So our new and improved demo wallets lets app developers test integrations and see how Stellar ecosystem protocols work. It's also a great learning tool for anyone curious about what's involved in a deposit withdrawal or sending a payment on Stellar as well. So there's a lot of opportunities here for more people, or really developers as a whole, to learn about the payment system itself and what's really continuing to take place every time you jump on board there as a developer. I want to take a look, like I said, at the Stellar website itself, jump into the ecosystem that's continuing to grow. But before we do so, I do want to say, guys, always do your own research before investing, as I am not a financial advisor. So a great way to do that is going to stellar.org. What you're seeing right here is their website. It's a great way to do your own research and get involved with Stellar. So Stellar is an open network for storing and moving money, like they call it here. And if we actually scroll down, it talks about how it's borderless, limitless, and powerful. So Stellar makes it possible to create, send, and trade digital representations of all forms of money, whether it be dollars, pesos, Bitcoin, pretty much anything. It's designed so that all the world's financial systems can work together on a single network. Definitely a lot of value in that. And that's something that I would, preach for quite a while now. The idea that Stellar Lumens is just providing one utility, really one use case, is definitely incomplete to me. I believe this coin is going to continue to provide value, obviously providing so much utility, in my opinion at least, for so many different unique different scenarios. And we talked about Stellar before, how it makes money better. And that's one of their top things. As I think I'm losing my voice a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. But Stellar's APIs and SDKs are ready to help you transform the world of finance. And the network's currency connections could give even a small company the power and reach of an as I lose my voice a little bit farther, of an international bank. So here's what you can do to build with a few lines of code. And they show you guys you can actually build with just a few lines of code, global payment apps, asset exchanges, micropayment services, and they show how it's designed for developers. So easy to use. Ease of use is a big thing for developers. Obviously, developers want to build on a platform that's easy to use, understanding, obviously that they want to make their product the best they possibly can. And, maybe really that opportunity to make updates as quickly as possible as well. So I want to talk a little bit more, like I said, about the ecosystem that really continues to grow. And here you can see built on Stellar. So exactly that. Large enterprise companies and companies as small as single dev startups have really chosen Stellar to move money and access new markets. So you can actually see the projects here. If we jump down, you can see exploring the ecosystem. There's been more and more actually jumping onto this ecosystem every single day. We see Circle, AirTM, Simba, BitGo, Stellar Expert. We're not going to go through them all. There are 6 pages. But if you go all the way back to the last page, just a couple weeks ago, or really a couple months ago at the very least, we saw so many less projects. We've gained at least 8 or 9 here on this page in just the last, like I said, couple of months. So it's great to see this ecosystem continuing to grow. A lot of people, like I said, wanting to build on Stellar for obvious reasons. Developers are understanding that there's so much value involved, and I think utility is going to continue to grow with Stellar as well. That's exactly why I talk about Stellar on this channel quite a bit, is because I believe in the long-term future. So a lot of you guys are here for those price predictions, so let's jump right back and talk about this really price chart that's been pretty crazy in the last 24 hours. So now we're seeing about a 7.57% increase in the last 24 hours. Obviously, I do believe this will change quite a bit probably by the time you guys watch this video. Like I said, Sunday is always a very, very volatile day. A lot of things change very, very quickly. But if we actually take a look at the last week, you can actually see a very slow but steady rise and still seeing a lot of volatility, coming from, 35, 36 cent range all the way down to about a 30, 31 cent range. I guess what day was that? That was about August 12th. It's continuing to show there is volatility in the market. I do believe, though, like I said, there is going to be a lot of benefits in holders holding onto Stellar through this bull market part 2. By the end of the year, I could see a lot of different price points as a possibility. But if we actually take a look at the all-time price, we saw way back when, January 3rd, 7 p.m., we saw a 94-cent price point. And that's just one of those prices, just a couple years ago that we saw. I do believe we will actually be able to reach past that for the first time in, ever really seeing that new all-time high price right around $1 as a possibility by the end of the year. By the end of the bull market part 2, we could easily see prices reaching closer even to, $2 to $4, $2 to $5 as a possibility by the end of the bull market part 2. Realistically, conservatively, I do want to stick around that $2 price point. But, there's always potential for much more. We've seen coins do crazier things. And I think, the utility that this coin really does provide, all it takes is a couple bigger partnerships, a couple bigger things to be announced. And I do think we could see some massive returns and profits. So thank you guys again for tuning in. I know my voice was kind of cracking out a little bit here today, losing it just a little bit. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better later on in the day or tomorrow as well. So make sure to quickly subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video. I really do appreciate, guys. Your awesome support is really continue to push me and make better quality videos every single day. So thanks again. I'll see you in the next one.